wonder why some web pages make you stick around? It's both in the design and in the messaging. Your homepage and landing pages are make or break moments for your online presence. It's where first impressions are formed and where the question, what's in it for me, gets answered. Hey, I'm Faye, founder of Content Creates, a brand design studio dedicated to helping small business owners thrive. Today, I am here to walk you through creating a landing page that's carving out a spot in your visitor's mind that says, this is exactly what I've been looking for. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty of what makes your main pages not just good, but great. First of all, your main pages need to answer the big question. What's in it for me? That's what your visitors are thinking anyway. So we need to make sure they get the answer without having to dig for it. I like to think of it as your website's handshake, firm, confident, and leaves a lasting impression. This is your value proposition. It's not just a promise to your customer. It tells them exactly what you've got that they need and why they can't scroll past you. Ask yourself, what's my product or service really about? If I were in my customer's shoes, where would I go first on the site? What problems am I solving for them? And why should they pick me and not that other guy? Don't beat around the bush here. Spell it out clearly and make it easy for them to understand so you can hold both the attention of your audience and make a solid impression. If you haven't already, I recommend downloading my free customer persona template. It gives you a bit of a guide on how to understand the research process for getting to know the people your brand serves. The link's in the description below. And if you'd like, let me know what you think of it in the comments. So you've answered those and you have a killer product or service, but now it's important to know who it's for. Picture them, your audience, or rather one specific customer who you feel is your dream customer. That's your ideal customer persona. That's the heart and soul of who you're talking to through your site. You've got to talk their talk. Does your dream customer prefer professional jargon, or are they more direct and casual and to the point? Do they need reassurance, or are they ready to jump in feet first? Every word, image, and button on your site should feel like it was made specifically for them. Avoid simply throwing content at the wall to see what sticks. You want to hit those pain points with precision. Show them that you understand what keeps them up at night and that more importantly, you've got the solution to their needs. Personalize your website to make your visitors feel like the only person in the room. All right, after that, you should make sure your website is super easy to navigate. When you walk into a store, you usually see signs that guide you straight to what you're looking for, right? That's what you're aiming for with your navigation bar. It's all about getting your customers where they need to go with the least amounts of ums and uhs. A cluttered menu is like a bad conversation. It goes nowhere. Keep it simple. Have a few clear options on top, and for drop downs, let's not make that a treasure hunt. Keep it one level deep tops. Try to have no more than 5 options in that main menu, and each drop down should have no more than 5 options within it. You want your visitors to navigate your site feeling like everything is straightforward and intuitive, because if they can't find what they're looking for, they can't love it or buy it. And we really want your customers to both love and buy your products or services. So we've drawn them in. They're nodding along. They like what they see. Now it's time to tell them what to do next. Call to actions are your digital signposts, the big buttons that say, hey, you, do this thing, giving your visitors a clear direction on what you want them to do next, whether that's learn more, get in touch, or whatever else it takes to seal the deal. There are different types of call to actions for every stage of your journey. Awareness call to actions are for when your customer's just browsing. These are the learn more buttons that don't really ask for much, but they offer a lot in return. Then you want consideration call to actions. That's when your customer has a problem and they're interested, but now they're looking for a solution actively. These call to actions are check out how we can tackle this issue together. Lastly is the decision call to actions. This is the big leagues. That's when they're ready, you're ready. It's that start your free trial or let's get this party started button that kicks things into high gear. It has to be upfront and center, catching your eye the moment you land on the page. No scrolling should be needed to know what the next step to get started is. Another way to make even more connections is by showing off what others have been loving on your site. Think of it as like crowd favorites or bestsellers. These popular content links aren't just there to show off. They act kind of like a bridge, building trust and demonstrating that your site's not just a one-hit wonder. That person's not the first person on your website. By linking to your greatest hits, we can keep people reading, clicking, and engaging, and they know that other people have been doing the same. Also, make sure you have a great color palette. Colors do more than just please the eye. They set the whole mood for your site. Choosing your palette is more than picking favorites. It's about strategically setting the vibe and creating the emotional landscape for every visit. A palette that's easy on the eyes, accessible, and ties into the vibe of your website is so important. We usually stick to 3 to 5 main colors to keep things harmonious. And of those 3 to 5 colors, you want to make sure you at least have a white, an off-white, and a dark. It's important to have enough variety to stay exciting, but not so much that it looks like a toddler's art project. You want to be able to read it. The colors they see, they have jobs to do. They guide you, they tell you where to click, and they subtly let you know what's going on. And more than anything, they represent who you are as a brand. In the end, it's all about balance. We want your audience to feel good hanging out on your site, and great design, colors included, makes that happen. Next, you should prioritize responsive design. Whether scrolling on their phone, in a coffee line, or on a desktop, your site should allow your audience to come as they are. Your website's design should move with the user, literally. Responsive design isn't just a nice to have, it's a must. You don't want them to play a game of pinch and zoom. You want your visitors to navigate your site feeling like everything's straightforward and intuitive, because if you have to squint, the job simply isn't well done. So whether your visitor is thumbing through their phone or clicking away on a laptop or scrolling on their tablet, the experience should be smooth and seamless for your customer. It should look good on all devices. It's all about your audience. It's not about us, it's not about you, and it's definitely not just about what looks cool. A lot of things look cool, but when we're talking user-centered design, it's important to think of mapping out the perfect journey for your visitor. You're diving deep into their needs, their behaviors, and how they interact with your website. You want to make sure you research, get in their heads. Who are they? What makes them tick? Why would they even come to your site in the first place? Then align with them. This is where you match up what you found out about your users with what you actually want to achieve as a business. You can create your mission and your strategy from here. Then it's time to build a brand that represents you, something that looks good and feels authentic to you. And when you have that brand set in place, you can start writing content and building your site. Take all that juicy info and start designing on-brand graphics and web pages that really speak to your users. Don't just throw things together all willy-nilly. Strategically build experiences that will connect with them. And lastly, you wouldn't serve dinner without tasting it, right? The same goes here. You should test, retest, and retest again, making sure your designs are hitting all the right notes. And as you're testing and retesting, be sure to adjust as you need. Design isn't a one and done deal. It's a living thing that evolves, so keep tweaking and enhancing it, making sure your site stays as fresh and effective as the day that it launched. And for more, be sure to download my free website launch guide. It's in the description below, and with that, you'll have a list of all the things you should probably keep in mind when building your site. Think of it before you launch, not after. If you've already launched, though, that's okay. Remember, your home pages and landing pages are where your story begins, but it's also where your audience's story with you begins too. Whether they're tapping away on a smartphone or clicking through a desktop, the journey should be effortless, intuitive, and enjoyable. It's about making them feel at home and making sure they find exactly what they need with just a glance and a click. Keep researching, keep aligning your brand, keep building, and never stop testing and adjusting to make your brand even better. Because in the end, a great homepage isn't just built, it's grown, nurtured, and evolves with your audience's needs. With all of our web design services, we offer continuous support because we know that it's not just a one and done deal. If you'd like for me to design your website for you, feel free to reach out using my client application form in the description below. I'm happy to help you as well. All right, with all of that in mind, just Remember, you're not just launching a homepage, you're opening a door to your brand's universe. If you found today's video useful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos to help you elevate your brand every Monday. It's what I love to do, and your support allows me to continue that. I think that's all for today, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next Monday. Bye!